Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a Silver Widow on console. If
One
you guys
shot,
are enjoying the content,
one
please do
kill.
like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate that.
Looks
Or
like
if
I
you're
have
looking to
time
get
to do
coaching
some
yourself, you
research.
can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have going on, all of that good stuff.
Must violence always be the solution?
Let's see what we've got. Widow Silver console.
Hola.
Yep, console.
Five, four, three, two,
Hello there.
one. Attackers incoming. Escort the payload.
Okay, so here we are. We see this. She's not really the first shot we want. You can take it. You can absolutely take it. But honestly, this is slow. So, like, here we are. We're here. We break that.
The payload.
We do that. Why are we, like, opening the angle before we scope? We can be scoping as we open the angle. We can scope open the angle. Like, this is a... I want to call this a relatively safe place, even though you're about to get obliterated. And the reason you're about to get obliterated is because there's a Zen down there that's charging a right click, and this is kind of a predictable place. But like, you peek into this, take your shot, and then unpeek. Especially if when you peek into this and take your shot, by the way, your crosshair shouldn't be here. There's never going to be an opponent here. There could be an opponent here. There could be an opponent here. Could be an opponent here. Could be an opponent here. Here. Here, even here, but there's never going to be an opponent here. So like, we should have opened this, taken our shot immediately, because we should have, opened it with it charged. Like, we open while we're scoped, open while we're scoping. They're not open then scope, which is effectively what we did here. Take our shot and leave. Like, look how long you're having to wait. You have multiple 3 enemies on your screen, and you're only 23% charged. No, thank you. No, thank you. You're 82% charged, but how long has this Zen been charging? You need to fire and get out. Like, you don't have time. You already need to be, like, taking this shot. Leave. Leave. Why are you here? All of the eyeballs are on you. Zen's been charging this whole time. No, all of the attention is on you. Which means someone who came out over here can do work. Someone who came out over here can do work. Someone who came out over here can do work. But Widow has this ability to just pull eyeballs to her. That's what she does. That's fine. You have to use it. She's secretly a tank. She's secretly like, I'm going to taunt you guys. I'm going to get you to all pay attention to me. And then I'm going to close the angle. Yeah, that's what she's doing. Like, I'm going to close the angle, and you're going to be like, well, we're really worried about you, so we're still going to stare at you while the angle is closed, while we can't see you through the wall, and we're going to get shot from other places, and then finally we'll give up and shoot at those other places, and then you re-peek and shoot them. But, like, this is too long. You opened the angle too early, and you didn't close it fast enough. And that's why you're eliminated. Opening a limb with engagement timing failed. Yes, it was. We see the orbs approaching her. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to be here. What? No. No. You had cover options here. Here you've got nothing. Your I'm in trouble button is I'm going to grapple. Well, that sucks. Like, you could be rotating forward because you want to grapple up to this high ground or this high ground. You could be rotating out and then come up and go, hey, maybe I'm even aggressively going to use grapple because I really believe in myself to immediately get 1 to 2 eliminations from here, and then it doesn't matter if I get eliminated without grapple. But there's no situation where you, like, let me just slow caterpillar walk myself forward here. Caterpillar walk isn't right. But let me just slow tiptoe step forward here to get here where I have no cover and I'm shooting into a shield. Like, why? What would possess us to want to do this? This is fine. We don't love it, but this is fine. Oh, they're being pushed back? Well, okay, maybe I unscope and run and grapple up here, or maybe I go out here. Again, that would all be fine. I don't want to be here. I have zero desire to be here. They just put down a shield. There's a bunch of them. There's an Orisa, a Sombra, a Soldier, a Zen, a Mercy boosting them, all with a shield against me. No, thank you. No, thank you at all. I'm hightailing it out of here. Zero desire to be here. You are not shield breaking. You are not shield breaking with charged shots. Please tell me that's not the. Okay. This is better. You do have to be aware of the D.Va timing. You decided to slow rotate it. See if there's a shot to take. That's the timing issue. Okay. Your D.Va's just leaving spawn. Your Mercy's just leaving spawn. Your team isn't really ready to do any serious push here. Your Hog just got eliminated. So they're all going to either be able to turn to deal with you or get cover against you. Because they don't really have to worry about what's going on here for another second or two or even longer because Hog just went down. You have to take these engagements when your team is a credible threat. Just like we talked about here, you go like, hey, I'm going to peek you, I'm going to take my shot, and then I close the angle. And that's okay because the rest of your team was going to be out here immediately and going to be able to shoot at them. And once the enemy team turned to shoot at your friends, then you can re-peek to do it. But this isn't going to work. We didn't get that one shot. The one shot was perhaps misguided to try to be on Soldier rather than Mercy, when Mercy is definitely going to have cover to res anything that you go for. Orisa will drop a shield. It'll happen. And now you've, like, forced your grapple here. Oof. Oof. Don't shoot barrier, Silver Widow. Or at least SMG them. This is about to be don't shoot barriers. This team comp is low. How bad is it? Let's take a look. Widow, Sombra, Mercy, Pap, D.Va, Hog. What are you talking about? This is the epitome of... Yeah, this is not an amazing team comp. Okay, so... I appreciate that you headshot Orisa. I do. But could you have headshot Orisa from here? Was that an option? Could you have done that? Could you have worked your way back up here and actually been useful now that, you know, your team is engaging and such? Could you have done that? I mean, now it's almost too late to hit the rotation. Could you have grappled yourself, maybe after this halt comes out, up here and worked from this angle? All of these are better than this standing in the open thing. Could you have tucked over here and still been like, hey, I can still hit Soldier? Why, yes. Yes, you could have. All of these would be better. Like, congratulations. I'm glad that you hit the Soldier, that you shut down the tac visor. But if you don't, you lose. You don't have cover. You don't have high ground that you can turn into cover by backing up. You don't even have an angle that he's not expecting you to be on. Like, ugh, no. Yay, I finally get a topic right. Yeah, it looks that way. I mean, I kind of, you know, I might be intentionally naming them to spite you, but hey.
The battle continues. Here comes the rocket fire. Suiting up.
I can see it now. Blah complains that the naming game is rigged. And he's right.
Now you have my attention. No one can hide from my sight. No one can hide from my sight.
Like, you're not ready to use this. Your team, I don't know. Even just like 2 seconds later, not, I don't know, 2 to 3 seconds later would be better. Like, the point of this Inficide, I guess, is for them to take cover while your team rotates across bridge. But if that's the case, rather than popping Inficide, you know, this being this type rather than being this type deep into Inficide, we could pop Inficide right now, and we'd be great. Like, we'd be great. And it would let our team push across bridge. Though I'm just being funny when suggesting titles, I don't care if they're used or not. I know. I'm not actually actively staying away from your titles, Paul. I'm just laughing. And yes, your titles can get pretty intricate sometimes.
Our alliance is at an end.
Mm-hmm.
Our alliance is
Like,
at an end.
you have infocytes up. This can't happen. You've been able to see through the wall the whole time. I know it's not who you were focused on, who you were paying attention to, but you've been able to see through the wall the whole time that Zen had his arms crossed and was charging up orbs.
Je te vois.
Mm-mm.
Enemy C. Helden sterben nicht.
Où en étais-je?
Immortality field destroyed.
Let them up!
Nerf this.
That's true, many. But they'd rather shoot the shield than shoot at the Zen. Feels like it.
I'm not too far.
Apagando las luces.
It's fine. Leave. Leave. Good.
The payload is in my charge.
Change your angle since you're healed up anyways. No. Go top right. Go top right. Ugh.
EMP activated.
Fine. Go left. Go left. Go left.
I'm on fire. Payload on its way.
Is at an end.
Okay.
60 seconds.
I'm not really sure this is the high ground I'd have taken because, yeah, it leaves you in this situation.
Into the
It's fine.
Time to read my CPM.
Okay.
Heroes never die.
No one can
Sure.
hide
Why?
from my
Heroes never die.
No one can hide from my
Did you learn your
sight.
infocyte timings from Kefri or something? This is not how you infocyte. So, like, here's how it works. If you're a streamer and you're trying to entertain an audience, what you do is you go, hey, I got 2 picks with, I just popped off and got 2 picks without infocytes, and we've actually won the fight, but now I'm going to pop infocyte so that I can go and get wall hacks and potentially turn my popping off into what's really more easy cleanup eliminations, and I can potentially go for a 4K or a 6K or something like that. I can contribute to every elimination, and it looks like, oh, so valuable, look what I did as Widow. Like, if you're a big-time streamer that's entertaining your audience, that's what you do. If you're actually trying to win games of Overwatch, you don't use infocyte when your team is massively up. You guys just got the checkpoint. You have 6 people alive. They're down 2 people. You're on top of your own respawn now because you won the checkpoint. And these guys already have to retreat across the open where they don't have any cover. No. This is not how you use infocyte. You don't go infocyte to be like showy moves, oh, now we're up and now I want to get more, unless you're trying to impress an audience as a streamer. Like, you do it to be like, okay, they're about to engage, they'd like to fight us, and boom, I pop infocyte. And now they're like, oh, shoot, we don't really want to push out into that. I guess we'll let you push the cart for another 15 seconds. They don't have a choice. They're going to fight you right now or they're going to run, but like they were going to run whether you infocyted or not, and you don't need the infocyte even remotely here. Why? Like, why is your target Orisa rather than Soldier? Like, your target is obviously Soldier. We can actually one-shot Soldier, we can't one-shot Orisa. If Orisa happens to fortify, we can't even do headshot damage. Like, Soldier. We do prefer squishies to tanks. We don't mind chunking tanks for 300 damage, but we do prefer squishies.
I'm out of here.
Soldier.
Allez-y. La mort Salut.
Oh boy.
Oui.
Oh boy.
Group up with me. Come over here. My ultimate is charging.
Let's keep it moving. See you later.
Okay. I like it. I like dropping here last.
Je vais faire un quart.
So, like, you came up over here, you challenged Zen, fine, I'm good with it.
It's not
You reload.
It's
There's not a
me.
great reason to drop here. Like, you can potentially threaten this, you can potentially throw your Widow Mine at this door. If no one's here as you're threatening this, you can rotate forward and then either threaten from here or threaten from here, or just peek here for a second to get your, I don't know, to get your Mercy to come up, heal you, then boost you as you go up here, give your team high ground. Like, you like high ground control. High ground is very good. If there's no shot to be had here, just rotate up and use more aggressive high ground. Health pack, I'm guessing that's why she dropped. Yes, but Mercy. Mercy. We just go over here, and I bet Mercy will get us. I bet. I believe. I don't care that Mercy's over here. Mercy should be over here, darn it. It's fine. It's fine.
Je vais faire un quart.
Sure. Press X, Silver Widow. Is there another review slot today? Probably not, Val. I think this is going to be it for the day. But I'd be happy to schedule one for tomorrow.
Helden sterben.
I like that she popped up here. I do. Probably just time to leave. Oh, look, it's the Zen in the open.
have
It
my
is. It
attention.
is. Yeah. You just got to keep an eye on that Zen. You got to keep an eye on that Zen and when they're right-clicking.
Essayons encore une fois.
EMP charged.
Hey,
Moving the payload. Let's hurry up.
I'm gonna need this later. There comes the self-destruct.
Into the iris.
Back for more. No one can
She
hide.
did the honorable
from
thing
my
and played Ash.
sight.
Widow wouldn't have bothered me.
This time I didn't miss.
My sights.
Make yourselves useful. Move the payload. Thanks. Enemy on my radar.
I really wouldn't worry about it, Val. Like, if you felt like you were using your Silverana mechanics too much to win rather than your Ash positioning, like, don't worry. You will quickly find a point at which using your Silverana mechanics on Ash will not work for you. It might be in silver, it might be in bronze, it might be in gold, but you will quickly find that point, and then you'll start working on the positioning out of necessity. Ash, honorable.
60 seconds remaining.
So we were up here. We gave up our high ground. Now we're pushing up. This is kind of a mess of a fight. But are you gonna get them from behind? Now would be a time to engage. They're EMP'd. It's okay. It's okay. You just missed a few too many shots to start. The idea was correct to engage them from behind and then to engage during the EMP. You just missed a couple shots to open. Not a big deal.
Group up with me.
30 seconds remaining.
Loaded.
Ash shade screen so she's okay in your book. Fair, fair.
Cease your resistance.
Don't try to shield, break the shield. Or if you do, SMG it. Please go around it. It's better.
10 seconds.
So as soon as D.Va commits herself like this, now it's safe. Now it is safe to grapple yourself up over here and either shoot D.Va in the back or peek over here and see if there's anyone free to take on here, like the Zen or the Sombra.
10 seconds.
Are you going to grapple out? Are you going to grapple to the left for the pack or right for the pack? Either one? Okay. Yeah. I get it, it's overtime, but you still had to go get the health back. You want an earlier review so you have some direction on what to work on? It looks like your Ana flank play, but
No one can
it looks
hide
just like
from
my Ana flank play, but
sight.
just as Ash right, but that's potentially okay, because Ash is supposed to. Like, Ana flanks for angles, don't get me wrong, but like, Ash flanks for more aggressive angles than Ana does more consistently. So that's not necessarily wrong, that it looks like a previous version of your Ana flank, or of your Ana awful off-angle stuff with 4 altitude and support, right?
We're all soldiers.
Ready for battle.
Less fun, but okay.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Quit screwing around and get ready to move.
I bet you're a big fan of those old-fashioned cowboy movies, aren't you?
I thought I was, until I met you.
You should be at peak
Howard of the
performance.
Faith.
Add Soldier to the list of not a fan of McRae.
5,
To go right along there with Ash.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Surprised that healing took so long.
Get over here, Hila.
Yeah, I guess.
Get over here, Hila.
You didn't actually have to drop when you did. Like, by the way, you could have just stayed up here and been like, no, I'm just going to pelt you guys from here. And then as they come in more, it's just like, no, I'm literally going to pelt you from here. And I can drop my heal station and fight you guys from here. Like, that was all perfectly fine. You never really needed to drop because they were getting close or anything. The Zen has your number. Unfortunate. I mean, that fight was over, but... You don't think they mind once it's Widow? I know, I know.
Not dead yet.
I mean, they used grapple a few times. And Widow's not using mine is an issue that goes way above Silver Console.
They're all over me.
Okay, so. On one hand, it's good to punish an enemy team when they're rotating. On the other hand, there's 6 sets of eyeballs. 6 sets of eyeballs from the enemy team versus just you. You're the only one poking at them. You don't really want to do this. As Widow, you get a little more leniency to do it because you can just hit an instant pick off. Soldier has a much harder time doing that. You are much, much more likely to get eliminated trying to fight them 1v6, even at a distance like this, than you are to get an elimination. So don't do it. Don't do it. If someone else will peek too and fight, okay, maybe then there's 2, 3, 4 of you challenging them. Okay, maybe it makes sense. Right now, no. Just doesn't make sense. Retake your action. Too late. Q into the shield. No, we're going to Q from up here. It's going to be much better. We're going to Q from behind. Right? Right. Please adjust. Please adjust. Please go here and Q. Please.
I've got you in my
Better.
sights.
Step right.
Okay.
Victory.
Okay. Here's you. Here's the shield. We do not shoot through the shield. Maybe we get above the shield so we can shoot over it. Maybe we take an angle so we can shoot around the shield. We get around shields. We don't shoot through them. If they're really weak, we can just SMG them down and then go back to doing our job. But most of the time, we change our position, sometimes using grapple, to shoot around shields, not to go in. Not to go in. We get around shields. We do not go through them. We do not try to break shields. Unless they're already low, and if we do so, we do it with our SMG. Go around the shields. And up is a perfectly valid around. It is. And again, this is not me saying, oh, and the other thing I'm going to say, the second thing I'm going to give you is please be aware of your cover. Please be aware of your cover. Be like, oh, cover, right, that's useful. And after you take your shot, accept that you're going to have some attention on you. Maybe look for that Zen, but accept that you're going to have some tension on you. And if you see people are paying attention to you after you've taken a shot or two, just close the angle. Wait for a second, twiddle your thumbs. Open the angle back up, and you'll be able to take shots again. If you engage when your team is ready, you're going to do well. So, here's how we're going to break this down. Here's how we're going to bring this into a couple points. We could also talk about your health and you forgetting about it. We could talk about your infocytes. There's lots we could talk about. But if we think about this as, so we could talk about cover, how you get too far about it. We could talk about timing. We could talk about angles around shield specifically. We could talk about ults. We could talk about all these things, but it's too much for you. So the most important thing is going to be angles. What's this in a temporal VOD review? He's saying angles are the most important thing, but they are. Your angles are going to be your most important thing. They are. Get your angles right. Get your angles right. And right means, oh, I don't want to shoot from the same direction as my team. I don't. I would like to get up here, to get out here. I would like to shoot from a different angle than my team because that makes cover worthless. If an Orisa is set up, we can just use reality. If an Orisa is set up right here with her shield like this against your team and your team is standing where you are, you can go, I don't really like that. I'm going to whip shot or I'm going to grapple over here, take a few more steps, and now this cover is worthless. That's the type of way we think about Widowmaker. And are we super vulnerable because we used our grapple shot to go over here? Not really. Not really. We can peek behind cover. We have a mega. They don't really want to come over here to get us because it's sort of a not relevant spot of the map by and large. And this isn't some amazing spot or anything. In fact, I'd say your preferred angles in general would be here or here when pushing into this. This just happened to be the one that worked against them. So that's fine. You adjust to the angles to go around the shield. And you don't have to always use grappling hook to adjust. You can preemptively know that I would like to have a different angle than my team. We win a team fight back here. I don't grapple up here. I know that this fight is basically over, so I grapple up to here. I walk a few steps, grapple up here. And then I'm able to do this. And then maybe I'll have my grapple back in case I get dove. But we play from a different angle than our team so that we can get around the shields. And if we have to use our grapple to take a different angle still, no problem. No problem. Angles are king. They are. I'd like to talk about you playing near cover because I despise the positioning that you took where you were just like, no, I'm going to stand in the open and I'm going to just wander forward. I would like to talk about that. I want to make that point number 2. I really do. But I feel like if I don't talk about you getting eliminated by the Zen and what you do to not get eliminated by the Zen, this might not land for you. So I'm going to talk about that instead, even though playing near cover is probably as big a deal. So, the answer to all your woes with Zen, some of it is awareness, but the majority of the answer to your woes with Zen is just timing. You go, hey, I open, I fight while my team is fighting. I open an angle, I fight while my team is fighting. I accept that attention is going to get pulled to me because I'm Widow, leaves a fire marker through the air. It's distinctive. Everyone sees it. You're going to very often have to close your angle unless the opposing team is overwhelmed after just a shot or two because you're going to pull attention to you. So you want to open angles when the opponents aren't paying attention to you. That's how Widow works. So you can open a fresh angle and they won't be paying attention to you. You can open an angle when your team has gone in and they won't be paying attention to you. Or you can go, hey, I just fired on this angle. I'm going to have to wait a second or two behind cover to clear attention on me to let them get back to paying attention to my team, and then I can peek again. But that only works if your team is in there fighting or at least poking from a different angle than you. So you got to make sure that your team is alive, your team is poking when you go for these aggressive, when you open angles, when you take your shots, and you got to be ready to close them. So those are the two things I'd give you. The third thing would be please stay close to cover, and high ground is cover in most situations, but please stay close to cover. Don't be here. This is not a good place to be. Okay. I know it's overtime and I know why you're pushing, but conceptually that's not a good place to be. That's what I'm going to give you. I hope those all make sense. If they don't, you can throw questions, comments, etc. up in chat now if you guys have any questions. If you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have going on, all of that good stuff. And yeah, let's catch up on chat here. Okay. Oh, I'm here. This is my game, lol. Thank you so much. I'm very small brand, so just having one goal to focus on is good. Grateful for that. No problem. No problem. And the thing I would focus on would be get around the shields, take angles to shoot around the shields. In general, take angles, different than your team. Don't just try to shoot through shields. If there's a shield in the way, figure out how to get somewhere else to shoot around it. That's you're going to be the one biggest takeaway for you. Okay. Q into the shield, no. Okay, looks like we didn't have anything else to catch up on there. So again, if you guys are enjoying the content, please do hit that like and subscribe button. And other than that, I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Temporal out.